Welcome everyone. Today we have a special video to look at the top players on my server who have the maximum stars of every weapon that is available. It is pretty insane. And also look at my somewhat free-to-play account. So this is my account, and currently I'll show you guys my stuff. My stuff is not the best. I only have 1 star on the crow, and those are the SSRs I have. So in this video, what I'll do is we'll go through several notes. We'll go through the comparison of the 2 accounts with weapon stars, matrix, and also the suppressor. We'll also have a look at how much it will cost for the players to pay into the game to get certain items as a rough estimation. You actually pay a lot for the SSR chips as well, to my surprise. And then also we'll take how long it will take for the free-to-play players to get 1 weapon or weapons to max star. And this might take up to 6 months. So yeah, I do want to make a video like this to give you guys a good comparison, not to encourage a lot of spending, but rather I want to get you guys to understand how much you'll get, how far you'll get for paying a lot of money into the game, and there is no need to do that. There's no need to rush that much into the game. I mean, it's nice to have those numbers, but we'll talk about that as well in this video at the final part. Now, during the time of recording of this video, most players and myself included, we're stuck at level 44, just so you guys are aware of this. So by the time you watch it, we might be at level 45 or even 46. So during the recording of this video, I did take some time to adjust a few things, and I do want to show you guys firstly the top players on my server, or the whale players. So one thing to check out the players is coming over to ranking, and coming over here you can see the top players, and currently the #1 player on the server has reached 273 with Bygone. I haven't pushed Bygone too far. I'm only at 221, so he's like 10 times as ahead of me. So coming over to his items, and what you're gonna notice is he actually have pretty much all the weapons to max 6 star. I've noticed him with many weapons. Occasionally when I have a break in the game, I do check the other players, the top players, and he is one of the players with almost every weapon to the max 6 stars. So our friend Peekaboo is very strong. You can see here his gears are almost level 15 with most of them, and they're all purple. They're ready to be turned into golden. So one thing to notice is he is the only player on my server who have achieved the suppressor level 5.5. And guess how much that is on the suppressor? So to get suppressor level 5.5, we will need at least 34,000 combat score. Now, why is his combat score not showing as much on this side? Is that I believe he is hiding his strategy, or maybe he's hiding his gears. So he's just revealing some of his items. Maybe they're not fully chipped. Maybe they're not the main items for him, so he's not revealing all of his items. That's why his combat score is like 6 or 7,000 points lower than what's supposed to be. If you look at other players, this player, so I'll move my head a little bit, move myself over here. If you look at other players, you can see there's like 32,000, 30,000, 30,000. Those are the top players on my server. And if we have a look at the gears, you can see that almost all of them have maxed on everything. All the max weapons. And you can see on this player over here, the top players have everything maxed out. So all the weapons are pretty much maxed out. And now the next question is, how much does it take to max out those weapons? And how much does it take to max out those chips? So coming over to our notes over here, I did make some rough estimations to just have a guess of calculation. So for Nemesis, I do think it will take about 240 summons for Nemesis to get her to max star level. Now this can range anywhere from $200 to $500 depending on how lucky the player is. So we're talking about players who spend into the game, how much things will cost for them. After that, I think it might cost anywhere from 200 USD to maybe 500 USD to max a lot of the standard SSR weapons. Now this does get a little easier simply because as players spend a lot, they will pretty much get all the weapons that is available in the game. So this could be a little cheaper, but there is a lot of standard weapons. So maybe you can times this by 10 times. So this is where the big money comes in, because players will quickly max out the limited banner, and then they want the weapons on the standard banner to push for the higher level of Bygone. And then there is the next thing, which most of us might not be aware. For free-to-play players, I'm definitely not aware. So this is the Nemesis chips, and those are some of the big ones. Because if we come over here, you're gonna see that from 0 to 3, those chips can also be ascended with higher stats and also higher set bonuses. So this is actually quite deep. So I do think to max out the chips, this could cost anywhere from $200 to $2,000, simply because those chips have a set of 4. We might be thinking, hey, you know, there is 40 pity, but the 40 pity is for one of those chips at 50%, and players were trying to get 4 of the same chips for the set, and also to to get more star level. So the cost in this is actually pretty crazy. So altogether, this can easily cost anywhere from $3,000 or even $10,000 to get this strong into the game. And of course, my goal to make the video is to not make you guys feel bad or wanting the need to spend that much money in the game, but rather to compare the players that we're not that much different. He is still level 44, I'm also level 44, and there isn't that much difference between the players and also me in terms of enjoyment of the game, I feel. And I still have a lot of fun with my, pretty much free-to-play account. I did buy the monthly part, but everything else, I try to go free-to-play as much as I can. I'm looting a lot of my golden moculars, I'm saving a lot of black moculars for my special summoning video, I'm saving my dark crystals, I'm saving a lot of resource as a free-to-play player. Yes, I might not have the best luck, which I do have terrible lucks with my purple set. I'm slowly getting them as well. I'm trying to save every penny and every bit of the summons, and every bit of summon is actually really rewarding and actually really fun for me. So you can see over here I don't have any of those, and here I'm like 50 close to my next weapon SSR, and over here I'm 10 away from my nemesis. So I do think that knowing that free-to-play players can still unlock everything, and what I heard from some of the viewers on the Chinese side, the Chinese players who are free-to-play, they say it might take up to 6 months if you're unlucky, to try to get all the gears, everything to maxed out for some of your characters, but it is still doable. So, it is a personal choice whether you want to spend a lot in a game or you want to spend less. But if you spend less, each time you get something luckier, you feel better in the game. And I do want to make a video similar to this one to show you guys that yes, you can achieve a lot by paying money into the game, and but there's a lot of things money can't buy, right? One of them is the enjoyment in the game. So knowing how strong well players or pay to win players are, we can also see that paying that much can only get you this far. You can't go even further, right? You're still kept by the item levels, you're still kept by the progression levels of the story levels. And the interesting part over here is we can see on the achievement side, a lot of players were actually having, pretty decent scores for getting higher achievements, but you don't see the top payer players who actually come over here for higher achievements, simply because they might not have time to explore everything. And on my server, the top achievement players have gotten over 2,000 achievement. I know I'm a little slow, I'm really slow, I'm making a lot of videos and didn't have enough time to do the achievements. But slowly, I want to get my achievement higher. So instead of competing in the bygones, I'll be aiming for wormholes, I'll be aiming for other achievements and other parts of the game that I can find joy as a free-to-play player. And I think in the end of the day, it is the best for us as players to decide how we want to enjoy the game. And what I want to do for this video is I do want to make a poll on YouTube to see how much of our audience is more free to play, how much of our audience did pay a bit into the game, maybe like me buying the battle pass. So yeah, I am quite interested, and I do want to make more videos and more guides to encourage more free to play style of playing. And yeah, you might be thinking, hey, you have you're really lucky with the Crow, with Nemesis, and also with Samir. So I actually rewrote onto Samir account, and I did multiple accounts with the right weapon I wanted to get Nemesis. Finally, I used my SSS selection box to get Crow, and I was lucky to get one more Crow while summoning for my SSR weapons, and that's how I got those per set of items. And I will be focusing more free-to-play content and free-to-play news, guides, and also tips for you guys, so we can enjoy this game more as a free-to-play player without having to spend that much into the game. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and for more content related to Tower of Fantasy. I'll be looking into more free-to-play content, and I've tried to look into minimum spending or no spending method to clear the game and also achieve the highest amount of free currencies and also free-to-play characters and also weapons in the game.